We're not your classic superheroes. We're not the favorites. We're the other guys.
Mixified Media Solutions presents Around Midnight with the Local Boys. I am Joe Carbonetta. I've got Todd Fluker and Chevelle Devine with me. How are you guys all doing tonight?
Pretty good. See, you do that every single time. It's like he starts the shows like, I'm important. I'm going to bring my microphone up. I don't care about these other guys. I will put their names in the opening, and then I'm going to leave their mics down for the rest of the show.
That's because 50% of the time you're still chewing on chicken bones and scratching your beard and doing all kinds of other strange things.
That never happens.
What is that sound?
What?
What? Okay.
Anyway. So,
What?
yeah.
What
I'm
are you?
feeling good. I'm
What
good.
are you doing?
I'm good. No, everything's great. I'm closing my bag.
Right.
Is he closing up his chicken bone bag?
Is that?
You guys are terrible.
He's closing up his bottle of raw water.
Hey, does raw water go bad?
No, never.
I don't know. Wait. If it has like algae and green other things in it, does that make it better?
Yeah, it's nutriments, man.
That
People pay good money for that stuff.
that's flavored raw water.
Yeah, you're filtering out all the good stuff.
Like flavored raw water. We have I don't know, cryptosporidium. We have mold and mildew.
Deer pee.
Yeah,
There
it's
we
like,
go.
that puts it in perspective. Joe's like, it's got hydrophilipidum. That's like, it's got poop.
Fecal
What are you talking about? Crypto? Who did what to him?
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, what are we talking about right now?
I don't even know at this point. You know, I read an interesting article the other day about Google and what it does when you put in a search parameter, that it suppresses some information, some search results in favor of others that are more in keeping with the values and agenda that it wants to pursue. And they're not the only one who does this.
You're saying
Apparently,
Google does that?
some of the other major companies like Facebook do the same thing.
Is anybody surprised by this?
I was. I have to admit, you know, I was kind of amazed that they would actually be so biased in returning. I mean,
Google would be above this.
I can understand that they would pump up things that pay them more money. You know, I could see them, you know, kowtowing to the almighty dollar. But
Well,
but
I mean, isn't
their
that
own
what they're
political
doing
agenda,
at the end of the day? I mean, by endorsing your own thoughts and ideas, you essentially are bringing up your own value. Are you not? I mean, if you go and support and endorse something that counters your opinions, then you're probably supporting something that's against your baseline anyway.
What?
If you can get everybody to think like you, they'll spend more money on things you want them to.
Okay. In theory, I guess I can see your point. Todd, you're looking tired? I don't know. What is that look?
Yeah, I think that hits it right on the head right there.
I'm out out of raw water. I need some minerals and nutrients that can't be found in filtered water.
Why is he going on about the water again?
I don't know. He totally zoned out. He didn't hear a word you were saying.
I don't think so. I think you're right. I don't think he was paying attention at all.
You guys Googled something? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by it. And honestly, I can't say that they're wrong for doing it.
So you're okay with them? You realize that this makes them a more powerful form of mind control than television or any other form of media combined.
Yes.
And that doesn't scare you at all?
No.
Well, come on, especially now with net neutrality getting taken down. What's to stop anyone from doing something like this?
This is nothing new. It's the same thing that's been happening forever. It was part of the reason why way back in the ancient days they had things like public television, number one.
Way back in the ancient days? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you know, like back in like the 80s.
Yeah, that's where I thought he was going with that.
No, but if you go back to television, the dawn of television, you had your major networks and whatnot. They were using public airwaves in order to make these things get to your home. So they ended up creating the public television system, which was supported more or less by the government-funded programming. And that programming was supposed to be able to offer a counterpoint to what you're getting from all the other ones because it's coming from theoretically a more neutral or unbiased or more educationally incentivized
Did he just say
institution.
educationally?
I heard him say education.
My point being, it was supposed to be a counter so that you're not just getting shoved, go buy this, go buy this, go buy this all day long. You're supposed to be getting something that actually might be useful.
Okay.
You move forward, then you get into things like cable. Then you had public access, which was the counter to the fact that you have one company owns the lines going to your house, and they can put whatever they want down those lines. So anything they don't want you to see, they just don't offer that channel. That's actually going on right now with Spectrum and the Dodger games. They're back to that whole battle again, where a lot of people are not able to watch the games because they simply don't want to pay the licensing fees to the Dodgers in order to get it. It's a real convoluted, real messed up situation, but it's another situation where you can't watch what you want in your own community.
I'm sure it is really expensive, though.
Yeah, but I mean,
But
you're
come
in
on,
LA.
yeah.
How are you not going to offer the
It's
Dodgers?
a person
man?
who lives in Chavez Ravine can't watch the game.
That's a problem. That's a
Yeah.
problem. Especially if they're going to send you like the Mets or something instead. That's going to be an issue. So then you bring it to the internet. Google paid for this algorithm. Google has gazillions of bandwidth. What's the word for bandwidth? Bytes? Yeah. They own the internet, basically.
Bits and bytes.
They own YouTube. They own Android. So the devices that you're getting the stuff on, the things you're consuming with these devices, they own all of that
So you're
stuff.
suggesting that they've bought the ability to control your mind?
Yes, and I'm saying that we have bought into it above all of that. So if you are
Well,
not...
what's the alternative? I get a tin can and tie a string to it, and then
Actually, yes.
hand the other can to Todd and say, "Hey, Todd, why don't you take that down the street, and then we can talk still."
That is an alternative, yes.
Okay.
That is, in fact, an alternative. And yes, it's a terrible one, but honestly, I don't think the world was that much worse when the technology wasn't as advanced. It just took longer to get things done, and frankly, that was probably a good thing.
What was probably a good thing?
Not having all this technology so deep into your
did he
life.
not just say that it wasn't so bad?
No, it's not so bad. No, I'm not even saying that it's not so bad. I'm saying I don't fault them for doing it.
I
I
see.
understand.
Okay.
They made it. They should be able to do whatever they want with it. It's their business.
Todd is zoning out over here.
I was just Googling it. Poll, are Google searches biased? 52% of people believe Google searches are biased.
And that number happens to
65%
coincide with probably the numbers of the last election if you go and you look and compare them.
And 65% don't want Google tracking their search history.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. Who? Obviously, they're tracking all of your history.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what they use for all of their data.
And not only are they tracking
don't even
it,
try to
they're
hide that.
selling
They
it to
tell
everybody
you that they're
else.
going to do that.
No, they ask you to sign and say, hey, we're doing this. Sign here so that you know that we said we're doing this.
Yeah, and then on the side of all your web browsing, they have the little Google ad that has, oh, hey, this is that item you just searched for. Are you sure you don't want to buy it? This person has it for sale. This person has it for sale.
Your friend over here just bought it.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous,
Your
man.
friend CJ Devine just bought it. Are you sure you don't want one too?
Yeah, man. It's
Your
a
friend
messed
Jay
up situation.
Carbonetta just bought a new audio board. Do you want one?
No, they don't ask. You want one. That's what it, they don't say. Do you want one? You want one.
You need one.
Yeah.
Boy, and then have you heard that Amazon has now begun using Uber drivers to start delivering your packages? You know, apparently their Prime service is expanding exponentially as people are jumping on board with the idea of basically unlimited 2-day shipping. And so in order to get products where they need to be in rapid fashion, now when the Uber drivers sign on in the morning, they take like X number of packages deliveries, you know, in their local area or whatever, and they just pick them up and they start dropping them off at people's houses. So when you order something with Amazon Prime, you'll notice that vehicles show up. It's not the FedEx guy. It's not the UPS guy. It's not even the Postal Service. It's some guy in an unmarked car that just pulls up, throws something on your front porch, and takes off.
Yeah, it seems to me like Homeland Security should be more concerned about that.
Why?
Come
These
on.
people are already in your neighborhood, picking up your neighbors. Why can't they bring you your?
I don't want those people in my neighborhood.
You people.
We need to keep those people out of my neighborhood. I mean, some of them are okay.
Oh, you need to throw some hard air
you're one
quotes
of
on
you're
that.
a good one of those people.
There's already
But
been,
the rest of those people?
there's even some discussion that Amazon's actually building its own aircraft fleet.
Oh, they've asked for it. And I think they've
Drones?
actually
No, real aircraft, regular. I mean, drones as well. They've
yeah,
been
they
they've
do
been
want
experimenting
drones.
with that for a while.
They've been
but-
lobbying the FCC for a long time to open up airspace for drones specifically for package delivery.
they're-
And then they've also been trying to build their airborne platform for the drones to go on and off and take off.
But they also are acquiring their own aircraft. They're basically trying to ace FedEx and UPS and DHL, all those people right out of the industry and just take the whole thing over outright.
Yeah, just push them out.
They're going to be literally a complete in-house, one-stop operation. It's all Amazon from start to finish.
I ain't mad at them.
Yeah, I mean, what
Just give me my crap on time.
what do we think would happen if the U.S. Postal Service actually went out of business?
That'd be very interesting because that's actually a constitutionally created institution. So,
Yeah,
like,
can it
does
go
that-
out of
Does
business?
that mean that you have to have
I
an
think
amendment?
it's too big to fail.
I don't know. I don't think they would let it go out of business. They probably maybe if they were smart, they would contract it out, and if they were smarter, they would find a way to make it actually feasible.
Contract it out? You mean like they did with security of the TSA?
Exactly.
Let's see how well that worked out.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Then, yeah, I already have a problem with getting my neighbor's mail from time to time. Imagine them
Yeah.
handing that out to the lowest bidder.
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of candles.
Candles?
Yeah, somebody's ordering a hell of a lot of candles, and the mail person.
What do
just-
they smell like? They don't smell like skunk by any
No,
chance,
they
do
smell.
they?
They smell awesome.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm really grateful to this person for the candles.
Yeah, because you get to keep anything that comes in the mail that you didn't order.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, then I don't feel so bad.
Wait, what?
Yeah, yeah. If something gets delivered to you by mistake, you can actually keep it.
What?
That's awesome.
This is a revelation.
Is that
You need to be
is that
putting-
only with U.S. Postal Service?
Yeah, with the
or does that
postal
include
service.
all
With
of
the
them?
postal service. No, if the FedEx or something drops something off, you have to return it. But if the USPS delivers something to your door that you didn't order, you get to keep it.
Can we
Oh
put
man,
that?
then we absolutely got to keep the USPS
I
alive.
mean, it would be nice if you handed
want
it back
more
to
of
him
other
and said,
people's stuff.
"Hey, by the way, this is not something. It would be nice if you did that, but
Hey,
the law
BT
says you can
Dubs.
keep it."
You didn't put that breaking news sting on that or something. This is all news to me.
Jeez, they used to run public service announcements about that back in the 80s. There was this hilarious
They
little
used to run what?
a public service. Yes. I know, you
what?
don't know what that is. There was a hilarious spot where this Eskimo in an igloo
Oh, I remember
in
that
Alaska
one.
gets an oscillating fan, and they said, if you ever get something in the mail that you didn't order, you can keep it for free because that's a lot. And he's like, "Oh, thanks. What the heck are you gonna do with that fan? I don't know." But yeah, that
I
was.
remember that spot.
I mean, this is not rocket science. I'm not making this up. They used to run commercials for it.
Wow. I literally
you're the
have
guy that
never
watched
heard
those.
that.
I'm the guy that remembers watching them. Yeah, exactly.
I watch those PSAs for fun.
Ooh, wow, yeah.
So
heard
yeah, I don't have a problem with that. I've been saying for a long time. We said this back on the old Around Midnight. Like
Uh-huh.
if you want to maintain your privacy, get off the internet.
Yeah, but here's the thing about that. If Amazon gets that large, they will literally pave over how many millions of jobs. You put brick and mortar businesses
Well,
out of business.
actually-
You're running major shipping companies out of business.
But people still have to work for those organizations. But they actually are not only going to be paving over jobs; they will literally be paving
But
over
they
land
don't.
because they are looking for huge amounts of real estate
They
to build
don't-
their warehouses.
They don't have to work for those people because Amazon is automating everything. Their warehouses are becoming more automated, so they need less people. They want to use drones to deliver the packages, so eventually they'll even ace out the Uber drivers. There's
Yeah.
going to be nobody left.
People just need to stop buying stuff from Amazon. So if Amazon,
If Amazon doesn't do it, somebody else
but the
will,
thing
and
is
they know
this,
it, which is
if-
why they're trying to do it first.
if
Walmart would love to
but
take it over.
You're not understanding. If you get to the point where you're putting all of the people who are buying your products out of a job, there won't be anybody left to buy your products. So
I don't think
that's
they're
the problem.
thinking that far in advance. I mean, Amazon is probably, if not already, has designs on being a global provider.
Oh yeah, they are definitely.
So,
gunning
I
for
mean,
that.
if they're not selling it here, they'll be selling it somewhere. They
But
don't care.
If nobody's buying, then who can you sell it to?
Yeah,
Somebody's got to buy.
think that was
If
an
everybody's out of work,
that was an episode of Freakonomics talking about automation and the
you can't put everybody out of a
proliferation
job.
of automation, and especially with all the driverless cars that people are talking about
you can
now.
you can keep your driverless car.
Yeah.
You hear about that Tesla that just ran into the back of a fire truck? That's the second time one of those things has done that.
and straight up killed a person.
Well, there was no injury evidently in this most recent collision, but again, Tesla, and every time it happens, Tesla says, "Hey, the autopilot is not, to
It's
take the
not
place
an
of
autopilot.
Yeah, why do you call it autopilot if the driver's still supposed to be paying attention?
Yeah,
then you
you're
should just
still
call
supposed to be paying 100% attention.
Yeah.
You should call it a pilot assist.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's the thing. Most of the other manufacturers call them driver assist functions, but Tesla's referring to it as autopilot. Now, I don't know about you, but autopilot to me is that thing that they put on a plane when the pilot wants to take a nap.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what I would do. You give me a car with autopilot, I'm in
Oh
the
my
back
God,
seat
I
laying
would
down.
nap so hard. Yeah, but seriously, you would think, but you have to think, like 99% of the time, the autopilot's fine. It's just that 1%.
Yeah,
I don't
that's a
want
bit
to
of a
be.
problem.
I don't want to be that 1%.
I don't want to be like 99% alive.
Yeah, I'm not.
Please make sure I'm 100% alive.
I think I'm okay with being 99% alive.
Well,
it's still
an
pretty
argument
good.
can be made that that's actually the case.
No. See, you beat me to it, but no, I'm sorry. I don't want to sit in a car and let it drive for me. That's called taking the bus.
Oh my God.
Seriously, that's called taking the bus.
Yeah, it
I
kinda
would
is.
read so many comic books in the back seat. I would have.
Yeah, my gaming would be on point.
All right, wait. I will say this. When someday they get to the point with artificial intelligence that I can have Kit, then I'm cool with it. All right?
Yeah, but I'm only cool with it if I can get like the turbo and the guns popping out of the grill.
That's awesome. You know,
if I can't get the guns popping out of the grill and the
in
spike
fact,
wheels
I
and the
want
smoke
that.
screen.
Yeah, I want that '80s model Firebird while we're at it. But I mean, it's.
That was the.
I'm sure you
That
can get a
one and
little
the Fiero.
LED
Those
to
are my
kind of go
favorites.
back and forth.
Oh,
on
you
your
can
Oh
get
yeah,
that
yeah,
network.
yeah. There were several companies that used to sell that. They probably still do.
You could probably just get an Alexa and put like a little LED thing.
That's
Pretty
Just
good,
have that
right?
be your hood ornament Alexa out there on the front of your car.
No, but wait, it's Amazon.
Alexa,
wait,
engage
is
turbo.
that's the Amazon version, right? Alexa is the Amazon thing. Yeah, see, that's it. So your car will be powered by Amazon.
Yeah, you can hit the jumps.
That'd be funny. Put an Alexa on the front of a Tesla. It's just like have Alexa sitting out there as a hood ornament.
What
on a
would be
Tesla.
awesome is if they put it on the front of a Pinto.
Does anybody make that thing anymore?
A Pinto? Nobody. No, Ford made the Pinto, and they haven't made one
They
since
should
like.
bring it back.
They brought back the Fiesta, right?
They did bring back the Fiesta.
Yeah.
Why? That would be my question. Is why?
Well, see, the Fiesta was a fancy word for Pinto.
but see, well,
Because it's cheap AF.
well, no, they can't bring back the Pinto because everybody remembers the Pintos exploding into a big ball of flames when they would get rear-ended.
Yeah, but then you got to play that up in your marketing, though, right? Instead of
This
calling
car
it
is
an
so hot.
explosion, you call it a turbo boost, right?
Yeah.
I'm saying.
No.
Come on, man. Google and Amazon, make that
Me
happen.
and my brain don't get along. He's always getting me in trouble.
Come on, man. We can make this happen.
No, I don't see them ever bringing that one back. That was probably up there with the Edsel.
They should bring that
those are
one back,
models
too.
that Ford is never going to resurrect.
That car was amazing. It had all the fins and
No.
fins.
Yeah.
Fins and more fins
Yeah.
and all the fins.
Didn't it have fins on it too? Yeah.
It sounds like one of those
Yeah.
old Warner Brothers cartoons. It was like the car of the future.
Now would be a good time to mention that Malibu Film Festival's films, charities, and special events and programs continue to evolve in support of the arts in your community.
Why is now a good time to mention
And
that?
because anything's better than talking about the Edsel. You can help by becoming a sponsor of Malibu Film Festival. Donate at MalibuFilmFestival.com/donate. And don't interrupt me in the middle of a PSA. That's bad.
Just saying that was not the best place to say it.
I
That
don't
was
think
a great
Our
time.
sponsor's not going to appreciate you.
Last week, 930 people were killed by an Edsel. Now's a great time to mention. Come on, man.
Wait, were they?
Yeah, what?
I don't know.
That number is completely erroneous. I don't know where he came up with that. It was right off the top of his
I'm going to
hair, I guess. I'm not sure.
I'm going to eschew that number right out of there.
Okay. Anyway, so what were we talking about? Oh, yeah.
Edsels?
Google.
Yeah, so
We
Google's
started
going to
out-
make an Edsel because they think it's a good idea and the world's going to love it.
We started out talking about how Google was actually returning search results based on its own values. And, I wonder what that says about us. If you type around midnight into Google, we're probably not going to be the first thing that comes up, are
I
we?
can guarantee you we won't. Actually, you know what? Because they also make the results specific to individuals, so they might do that just to make us feel good.
Oh. Okay. All right. Well, anyway, on that note, I guess it's...
Hold on. That
what?
sounds like a perfect test.
Oh, you're going to
Let's
check this out right now?
see. Browser. Fade
All right.
on
Oh, wait. Oh, you know
over,
what? Here. Before you announce the
Google.
results, let me know.
Around
breaking news.
The first thing it comes up to is lyrics for a song by Julie London called Around Midnight.
Really, Julie London?
Yep.
Julie London.
It's a jazz
A
standard.
jazz standard.
Huh.
apparently.
Interesting. Okay. Well,
From
all right.
1950.
1944.
So here's what you need to do. You need to like us, subscribe to us, and start searching for
1933.
Around Midnight, the TV show
Apparently, Amy
on
Winehouse
Google.
did a version in 2003. That sounds pretty good.
Okay, yeah. Like I was saying, start searching for Around Midnight, and we need to steer those search results to our show.
Yeah, this is getting embarrassing.
that is not going to
That's
happen.
going to be the new.
I'm scrolling down the screen.
And we
and
still
we're
haven't come up
nowhere
yet.
on
Let's
there.
take it a step further because I put Around Midnight with the Local Boys. I
Okay.
came up with something that looks like it's in Portuguese. I don't know what that says.
Okay, so we're gonna launch the Around Midnight challenge, where every day, every hour, you need to go back to Google and search Around Midnight with the Local Boys until you find our show. All right, you need to do that once an hour, every hour of every day for the next week.
Does that like tell Google that that this is actually what you want if you like Google something and then you click on the one? Does that like raise it in the
I
search?
think it does. Yes, their algorithm.
Unless they don't want people to find it.
Right, unless you're not with their values, in which case you're against their values, and then they push you.
Which is
down
why
anyway.
I'm trying to get you guys to join me in saying I don't think it's a bad thing.
I
Because
see.
if you keep shunning Google, we don't move up in the rankings.
All right. Well, okay. On that note, I guess it's time for us to get out of here. Thanks for watching. This has been Mixified Media Solutions Around Midnight with the Local Boys. I'm Joe Carbonetta. For Chevelle Devine and for Todd Fluker, you guys have a great day, great night, depending on whenever you're watching. Stay safe and stay Mixified. Around Midnight is a production of Mixified Media Solutions. Mixified is a full-service multimedia production company. From boardroom to broadcast, whatever your production needs, Mixified is your solution. Go to Mixified.com, that's MIXAFIED, or call 951-356-6882. Mixified Media Solutions.